Good evening and welcome back to Be Rich. If you think that Ukraine is the only country that is going to be targeted by Russia, then you are mistaken. Russia is saber rattling at other former Soviet Union republics which became independent. There are small countries which you do not know even exist. There's a country called Moldova. The world's press is not talking of Moldova because it's too small to be concerned about. But it is definitely a territory that the Russians can occupy by sleep, and the Russians are definitely trying to do that. From February, the Russians have used the Moldavian airspace to attack Ukraine. This country is surrounded on two sides by Ukraine, on one side by Romania, and by a small unorganized state called Transnistria, which is friendly to the Russians. Transnistria is where Russian unorganized troops are stationed, and there is a possibility there can be a raid. This capital city is called as Chismian. It's a very small population of only 26.2 lakh people. The country does not have any great resources, therefore, people are not serious about it. The Moldavian government is in serious trouble. The lady president was Natalia. She resigned not because of the problem in the country because of defense. She resigned because of inflation. She was the prime minister of Moldavia. There was a new leader elected, Don Rasikan. What he did is he replaced Natalia, lifted control on wages. Wages was being controlled tightly so that inflation would not go up. He lifted the wages, lifted the restriction on wages, especially minimum pay, and 70% of Moldavia voted for increasing defense budget, and the government has agreed to that. 68% of the country's total budget is being spent on defense, which is just $80 million. The most of Moldavia wants the defense budget to go up, but Moldavia constitution commits it to neutrality, does not want it to be part of any military pact, and therefore the people of Moldavia will definitely reject any effort to join NATO. However, in June 2022, Moldavia applied to join the European Union and wants to become a part of the European Union so that better labor and conditions can be there. More people can go and work across Germany and France where there is a labor shortage. So, therefore, EU now is verifying the application. The Soviet Union, in turn, claims that the world wants Moldavia to be the next Ukraine. That is, they are saying that EU and NATO will expand, but Moldavia has no interest to be a part of the NATO. But what is happening is the total economy of the country is under pressure because of fuel prices and high food prices, which are both being imported. So, poor performance of agriculture, retail, and real estate has meant that the GDP contracted by 4% last year, and the inflation is mainly because the value of their currency dropped and their import bill is very high. The IMF forecasts that economic growth will be 2% over a period of time. But basically, Moldavia has a very small army of less than 1 lakh people, and these people are trying to defend the country. Most of them are not professionals. They have very few professionals who can defend this army. They have appealed to the European Union to help them to defend their country, and therefore the European Union has promised euro $40 billion of non-lethal military aid, especially drones and cyber security, to help them beef up their defense. Germany has supplied them with 19 armored personnel cars. A delegation from the Defense Ministry of Britain is to visit Moldavian capital this week to see what help can be done. As I said, Moldavia's constitution commits them to neutrality. They don't want to fight a war, but they don't want to be a satellite state of Russia. Russia is spreading false news using internet and cyber attacks so that basically by sponsoring protest to see if this government can be toppled and it turns success, and in turn the successors can be Russian puppets. The West is very concerned because Moldavia acts as a buffer between the West and the European Union. So the borders are with Romania basically, and Romania I think is a part of the European Union. So what Moldavia wants is a part of a bigger bloc in which its labor can be exported and money can flow into the country. Over a period of time, Moldavia's currency can become the euro. These former satellite countries of the Soviet Union are now breaking away and want to become part of the European Union because everybody likes a liberal democracy. They want stable governments, they want jobs, they want a stronger economy. They do not want a father state like what Russia has become, where freedom of expression is curtailed, freedom to do business is curtailed, jobs are not in plenty, and you have to rely on the Russian state to give you largesses. And definitely, they don't want their countries to become a dictator like what has happened in Russia. So there are two ideas, an idea of a dictatorship and a guided democracy in Russia, in which the state controls everything and which is lost on its previous glory and is surviving only on high crude prices. And the fact that crude is being bought by several friends like India, it wants to flex its muscle and wants to go back to its original glory days of the Soviet Union. The President Putin has talked about it. So countries like Ukraine, Estonia, Latvia, Moldova are in trouble. The first attack on Chechnya and Georgia were just experiments. The world kept quiet. Then it took to eastern two parts of Ukraine. The world did not respond. It moved into Russia. It moved into Ukraine. If the world does not stop Russia at this time, Moldova, Latvia, Estonia will fall to to an expansionist Putin. This must be definitely stopped. Otherwise, global peace, which has been there for many years, first through a Cold War, and then later, after communists fell, through NATO and rise of Western democracy, must be defended at all costs. So, yesterday it was Ukraine, today it is Moldova, and tomorrow it can be Latvia and Estonia. Thank you for watching. Be rich. If you like this content, hit the like button of my video. Kindly subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell notification. If you do not turn on the bell notification, you will not be notified every time we put out a video. Once again, I thank you for your support to Be Rich. After a successful event in Qatar, my team wanted to find out where to do an event. So they did a recce, they did a survey, and they found out that they would go back to my second home in Saudi Arabia, Dammam. So after nearly 30 years, I'm going back to Dammam. The last time I was in Dammam was in 1990, and I'm going back there to do an event on the 10th of March. We have not yet decided where it will be in Dammam, but definitely I'm visiting Dammam on the 10th of March, Friday. So those who are in and around Dammam or maybe in Jeddah should make a trip to see me, and I'm going to talk about investments on where you should put out your money. Those in Bahrain can drive across the causeway and join us. See you in Dammam on the 10th of March. It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.